What is Zionism? The short answer is desiring to be in Jerusalem. Before you go trivializing somebody's struggle, find out who the people are. See what their history actually is. More than likely, the history and the family that you come from probably had to go through hardship as well. The world was such a different place in ancient times. The way we look at the ancient world now is filtered through laws and development of civilization. Take a moment to look into other people's struggles. It is a big deal. If you've been raised to believe that in your family and in your religion, that faith in a God that has given your entire race a land specifically for them to have a relationship with the creator of everything. Now, the debate is whether that is true or whether that is false. If it's true, then a lot of people have made a big mistake. If it's false, well, then we're going to have to explain how they won all the wars and still exist. The Bible tells us that God is perfect, but it doesn't necessarily mean that his people are perfect. Why? Well, I think their Achilles heel is idolatry. Some people might have a problem with that. They're like, see, they're idolatrous. Well, think about this. In antiquity, in the Hebrew Bible, Old Testament, all of their things are out on blast. Now think about anybody else, any other race, any other group of people specifically. Can you imagine the dirt and the skeletons in the closet that they might have? I remember this one quote that I read. It is odd of God to choose the Jews. Being an indigenous and a native of California, 1849, there are some highly questionable things that happened with Catholics and Protestants on the part of them to the native people. And like I said earlier, everybody has dirt and skeletons in their closet. But does that sum up the character of every single person belonging to that race or group of people? I'm going to say not. We have to be more intelligent than that, than to broad brush an entire group of people because of a few people that made others look bad. Don't judge too harshly. Think about your own people. Think about history, and think of the benefits that have come from that history. To minimize the struggle of other people is contradictory, hypocritical, because I am almost 100% sure that all of our families to some degree had to suffer and go through very difficult times in order to be where we're at today. I would like to make a comparison. Now, I would imagine that Native Americans would like their land back, but they're probably not going to get it back. And the way the United States is developed, there's really no way to give the land back. It's not going to happen anyway, but the desire is still there. Now, if you could imagine that Native Americans would rise up against the United States government and try to take their land back, it probably would go pretty bad. I honestly don't think Great Britain is going to come over here and help us and bully the United States for us to get our land back. It's just not going to happen. Now, although the struggle of Native American people have gone through very similar things as the Jews did during World War II under the Nazi regime, everybody came to their aid. After World War II, the Jews did not feel safe in Europe. They needed a place to go. Now, if I'm losing you at this point, this is the problem. Just as it was not safe for Jews in Europe after World War II, it is very comparable how unsafe it was for Native Americans in California in the 1850s, given the fact that they were scalped for money. The development of the reservation in the late 1800s at the turn of the century as well is the refuge for California natives. Israel is the same refuge for the Jews. The resistance that Jews received while trying to go back to Israel after World War II is very similar when there was a rejection of Californians who did not want to give up good land to Native American people. They thought they were not worth it. Now, I believe this is where the crux in the road is what did Native Americans do about the land that they were about to receive? And what did the Jews do about the land they were about to receive? At this point in time, I think it's very level. You have victims of a Holocaust, and in 1850 California, you have victims of a genocide. It is what steps that are taken next that defines Zionism as we know it today. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe and give me a like.